Bad form.
Speaking of people that are horny, though, hey-oh, see, that I could work for the police department.
Good, thank you.
That's the kind of joke. As you see, here is a story out of England where we've seen this before, right? Where I'm going to make you become a man. I'm going to hire you a lady of the night, and she's going to teach you the ways of being a man. Well, this guy basically had an interesting defense. Obviously arrested. He was jailed for 4 years, but he claims, I'm still just being a good dad. What dad among us hasn't said, hey, son, it's time to become a man. And by the way, here's a bump of cocaine to really give her the old you-know-what, way your old man does it.
So a 13-year-old, he gave coke and a prostitute.
Yep. He tried to have the 13.
By the way, I don't know why that would be better if the kid was 17, but for some reason 13 sounds terrible.
It kind of does. So he's with he's got his 13-year-old son with a 26-year-old prostitute, and the kid first goes, I don't want to do this, and the dad says, don't be a pussy. That's what he said to his son.
Lord.
He organized for not one, but 2 sex workers to visit the hotel. I guess a 2-for-1 special, as it were.
Oh, sure, yeah. It's the holidays, you know.
The young lad, who cannot be named, bravely told his dad, I'm effing 13. This is ridiculous.
Good for him.
Good for that kid. That's when the dad was like, hey, settle down. Settle down, you little P word, and do some cocaine.
Good Lord.
At his sentencing hearing, the man told the court he's a great father. Despite appearing to have some weird and very skewed views on what is good parenting, I'm a good father, he insisted. After he pleaded guilty to arranging for a child to engage in sexual activity as well as offering to supply cocaine. He told the court...
How did he justify that he's a great father?
Well, here we go. He says, he told the court, quote, I might not look like it in your eyes. It was only because he was feeling down. He'd been broken up with by his girlfriend and said he'd done all the stuff before. He added, so the brass sucked his whatever, job done, whatever, is what he says. So he said he's going through a bad breakup. I did what any dad would do. I got some cocaine. I found some hookers. I took him to the hotel. When he said, no, this is ridiculous, I'm 13, I said, don't be a pussy. And then I offered him cocaine to bang 2 hookers off the street.
Good Lord, man.
The prosecutor said that the boy's mom had reluctantly agreed for him to spend a night with his dad. But when the boy arrived, his dad offered him a line of cocaine and said, I brought a brass, which apparently I guess is the lady of the night.
All right.
When his son told him he didn't want that, the dad blamed it on the boy's mom being overprotective, and that's when he said, "Don't be the P word." The dad added that the sex workers were already in a taxi, so it's too late to cancel. Don't be rude. I already have them in the taxi. They're on the way to the hotel. Don't be a P word. Just go through with it. When the 2 women arrived, the dad told him the son was 18. So even the prostitutes are like, this looks a little hinky.
Yeah.
This looks a little weird. And I assure you he's 18. The boy then taken to a separate room where he reluctantly allowed a 26-year-old worker to perform a sex act on him. So even though all of it, the dad was insistent, the court heard in a police statement, the boy said he didn't want to do it, and he left feeling disgusted. The dad then paid women $150 each, and they left. The boy's mom messaged and phoned throughout the night, but the first response she got from the dad was at 4 a.m. saying, to F off, I'll guard him with my life. Let the boy stretch his wings. When she later found out what happened, she took her son straight to the police station, and the dad was arrested. Yeah. By the way, do you think this guy had an attorney? Yeah. The guy who had his 13-year-old with cocaine and 2 prostitutes who were on a taxi already. I can't ask them to turn around. That'd just be rude.
No, I don't think
he didn't. He represented himself and said, "I've genuinely got a good heart. On paper, I must sound like an absolute reprobate, but that's not the case at all."
Both on paper and in person, you sound like that.
The dad replied after the prosecutor explained that they'd be applying a sexual harm prevention order against him, banning him from unsupervised contact with his children. The dad replied, quote, "I thought I would treat him. He got his dick sucked. Job done. I'm not a
Jesus.
prolific sex offender. I find that harsh. I'm not a danger to my children. It was just my boy."
Yeah, no, you're a danger.
"You are a danger to everyone, sir." The
Hey,
judge told the dad he had attempted to humiliate his own son into going along with it. And the judge said, "Your kid seems to be very bright. As a father, he no doubt looked up to you, and you're just an embarrassment to everyone."
yeah, this guy's got to
Concluding
go.
his sentencing, the judge praised his son's bravery. He should feel no guilt whatsoever. He said the more sensible person in all this was the 13-year-old. And the judge is straight on correct
He's
in this
absolutely right about
particular
that.
situation.
Absolutely right about that.
Yeah, definitely right.
Did I pour this a little too tall?
No, that's perfect for the
It's a
Manhattan.
little tall there, I think.
It's Wednesday. It's
That's why
Blackout
I
Wednesday.
put 2 cherries in there because there was extra.
Because you're filthy. You're filthy with
filthy.
your cherries.
Filthy.
All of your filthy cherries. Filthy like that story. That dad is a filthy, filthy man.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you teaching your child in that moment? You're teaching him everything wrong in the book. From illicit drug
Well,
use
yes.
to saying that if you're broken up, the first thing you need to do is go bang someone else.
Right.
It just and forcing him into it. It's just I don't understand.
And what a bright 13-year-old kid to go, this
Yes.
isn't right. Don't do this. We're not doing this.
I feel terrible for him that the dad wouldn't let him leave and said, "Oh, they're in the taxi. I can't cancel." I feel awful for him that he couldn't get back to his mom until something happened.
Yeah.
Until the dad was like, "I paid for this. You're going to get something." It's like, come on, man. That guy should be put away forever. You know what? That guy and Dr. Large Forehead
And
should be
Forehead
beaten
Man.
by the monkeys.